Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to finally get a review in on my 2018 911 Carrera GTS Cabriolet. We've had this for about 6 months so far, put about 3,000 miles on it this summer, and we're just going to do a quick walk around for you, and then we'll go for a little driving review. Alright guys, so here it is. So this is a 2018. We picked this up in end of January actually this year. And it had about 34,000 miles on it, and we got a little over 37,000 on the clock now. But it was finally a Porsche in my preferred color, chalk, as you can see. I don't know if that's an original license plate or not, but that's what we went with because I was excited. I finally have my first chalk colored Porsche. And believe it or not, guys, this is my first Porsche that actually has turbos on it. So yeah, after 2017 all of these things had turbos, even if they weren't the turbo model. So 3.0 liter flat six engine in this thing with about 450 horsepower in the GTS trim. Have a little bit bigger turbos than the standard 911. So having the GTS trim on this, it gets you quite a few of the must-have options. So one that I needed to have was the memory seats, so the wife can drive it and we can easily switch back and forth. And yeah, I definitely wanted the comfort seats. These are actually the 18-way adjustable. Plenty of adjustment there to get the back feeling optimal for long trips. And then the nice thing about this newer model, I think 2017 and newer, actually have Apple CarPlay built in. This one didn't have wireless CarPlay, so I actually just bought an adapter and plugged it in under here. And so we have wireless CarPlay now too. So, and of course having the GTS, we get the nice Sport and Sport Plus toggle and the Sport exhaust, which is definitely fun to have, the pops and burbles, as you can see there. The red dial. The thing I like about the 991.2, guys, it's like the last model that actually had analog gauges up here versus now that's just one big screen with a bunch of digital gauges. Alright guys, time for a drive review of this 911 GTS, the 991.2. Like I said, my first turbocharged Porsche, and it rips. .450 horsepower. I did have a 991.1 GT3 for a little while there, and that would probably be my fastest or quickest Porsche to date. I had about 475 horsepower in that one, naturally aspirated, but this one hits a little different with the turbos, so it's a lot more torque down low for sure. Also my first 911 that's a convertible. We've had two Boxsters and one Cayman previously. So our top-down Porsche fun's always been in the Boxster, so we'll kind of talk about that a little bit, whether I think a Boxster is all you need or if you should be looking at a 911 Cabriolet. Alright guys, here we go. Throw it over in manual and shift some gears. So compared to the Boxster, guys, the 911 is quite a bit bigger. You do feel that extra width, especially in the hips. You don't feel quite so tucked in as you do in the Boxster, so definitely a little more breathing room if you're a bigger guy. You might feel a little more comfortable in the 911, a little more leg room. Push the seat back a little bit farther. As far as storage goes, for comparison to the Boxster, having the trunk and the frunk, you could fit a ton of stuff in a Boxster, guys. But you don't get that rear trunk in the 911, but you do get all that room behind the seats, so you can pack a bunch of stuff in there if you need to. And then the frunk, as always in these Porsches, is very, very big. You can fit quite a bit of stuff in there. So it makes for a good getaway car, good grand tour. So guys, do you need 450 horsepower? Probably not. There's cars out there on the regular that have way more than that. But 450 horsepower in a lightweight Porsche, you can get by without that much power. So Boxsters with around 300 horse, and even my last Boxster base was 260 horse. That was the base model, flat 6. Was still fun. They're all fun, guys. So you probably don't need 450 horsepower in your Porsche, but it is fun to have. The last couple of Boxsters were 981 models. I had an S with 320 horsepower, and then the base model I had up until last year was 260 horsepower, and those things were a blast. Like they always say, it's more fun to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow. Thing about the GTS though is there's very few options on top of the GTS package. I mean, you can get the PCBs and there's some suspension options that you could spec out, but for the most part when you go GTS, you know you're getting the important stuff, like the center locking wheels. You're getting the sport exhaust automatically included, the bigger turbos, more power. It's pretty much the top dog when it comes to Carrera models before you jump up to the turbo or the GT3 cars. That turbo power, man, it kicks in quick. The dual clutch, guys, you can't go wrong with that. It's not a manual, I know, some cool popping noises when you have it in sport mode. Alright guys, we got it in Sport Plus mode, automatic mode. Brake pedal is held down and we're going to do a launch. So hold on, here we go. Man. Porsche has launch control dialed in, man. They just know how to get the thing to hook up and go. I don't have my draggy whip this time, guys, so I can't give you an exact 0 to 60, but it's right around in that 3.5 second range, depending on how well you hook up. So guys, I think if you're in the market for a GTS, you won't be disappointed. It just checks all the boxes for a 911, and it's super comfortable. The suspension's not too harsh, and if you can't go all in for a GTS, just a regular 911 is still going to be an awesome car. Even a base 911 convertible, still get the turbos. You could even do a tune on it for cheap and get some crazy power just out of a cheap tune. So that's the good thing about these new turbo 6s, is that they all come with turbos, so they can all be tuned. So guys, if you're in the market for a Porsche convertible, and you've been looking at some 911s, I don't think you can go wrong there. I've had a few Boxsters, and they're awesome cars. For the price difference, it's hard to justify jumping up to a 911. So I would just say go test drive a couple of them, test drive some Boxsters and a 911, and see what you think. But they're awesome cars, guys. So I think that's going to about do it for this video. If you have any comments or questions for me, leave them down below. But we'll have a couple more videos coming out here of some yearly updates on the Model S Plaid. And then we still got to get a review in on the box body Mustang. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good one.